Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for a Virginia Museum of Fine Arts Creative Connection. This video is brought to you by VMFA Early Childhood Education. So get ready to have some fun and to follow along with each teacher as we sing songs, read a story, create art, and look closely at a work of art from VMFA's collection. Also, feel free to pause and continue this video as it suits your family or classroom. So let's get started by singing our welcome song. Can everyone put their hands up and wiggle your fingers? Now, if you know our welcome song, I hope you'll sing along. Okay, here we go. Welcome everybody, let's wave hello. Let's touch our nose and wiggle our toes. Welcome everybody, let's pinch our cheeks and smack our knees and stomp our feet. Welcome everybody, let's wiggle our ears and blink our eyes and clap our hands, yay! Welcome everybody, let's start our class. All right, great singing everyone. So in our lesson today, we're going to be focusing on two things that you can see outside, and these are things that can create their own light. So think about things you've seen outside at night that can light up. I'll give you a hint. The first thing I'm thinking of is something that we see way up high in the sky. And sometimes we say that these things can twinkle. That's right, I hear a lot of people saying stars. And you're right, stars are something that we see at night that light up. Now you might have looked in the sky and thought, wow, there are so many stars, there's too many to count. And you're right, there are a lot of stars in the sky. Also, when you look at stars, you might think they just look like tiny little dots of light, but that's because they're so far away from us. Now, did you know that the sun is a star? That's right, it is. But it just looks a lot bigger than all the other stars we see in the sky because the sun is the closest star to the Earth. And remember, Earth is the planet that we live on. So that's why the sun looks so much bigger and brighter. Now, also, I heard some people say moon. And you're right, you can see the moon lit up in the sky at night. And sometimes during the day you can see the moon too. But guess what? The moon doesn't make its own light. Light from the sun shines on the moon. And then that sunlight reflects or bounces off the moon. So it looks like the moon is shining, but it really isn't. It's kind of tricky, isn't it? All right, so far we have stars. And for our second clue, this is something, it might be a little harder to guess, but remember, it's something you can see lighting up at night. Now we said stars are way up high in the sky, but this is something that you'll find down near the ground, maybe in tall grass or around trees. And this is something that's alive. I hear some guesses. It's a special kind of insect. That's right, fireflies. And I hear other people saying lightning bugs. And you're right. Some people call them fireflies and some people call them lightning bugs, but either way is fine. And when you say fireflies, you might think that it's a kind of fly, but they're actually a kind of beetle. Yeah, that's right. All right, also, stars are always in the sky all year long. They're even there during the day. We just don't see them, the stars, during the day because the sun is so bright. But we can only see fireflies and lightning bugs during special times of the year. Do you know when that is? That's right. The summer months or summertime is when we see fireflies. And I'm wondering, have you spied any fireflies in your yard this summer? Yeah, I have too. And I always see them in my yard and think how magical it is to see them flying around and flickering their lights all around the yard. Now, another thing about stars is, can we touch stars? Let's think about that for a minute. Stretch your hands up as high as you can. Can you touch the stars? No, they're too far away, aren't they? But you can touch fireflies. So some people like to catch fireflies in their hands or in a jar so that you can get a really good close-up look at them and really see the amazing way that their bodies light up. But I just want to remind you that if you ever catch a bug or a firefly or any kind of bug, you always want to make sure that you're really gentle so you don't hurt them. And after you've taken just a little time to look at them closely, then you want to make sure you always put them back in nature safely, because that's their home and that's where they're the happiest. Okay? So since we're talking about nighttime and fireflies, I thought I'd share a song with you that is a really nice song for bedtime. And it's a song about setting fireflies free from a jar. So I'm going to show you some hand motions, and then I'll sing the song so you can hear the tune and the words. So we're going to put our hands together in front of us, just like this, and we're going to spread our hands apart when we open the jar. Good job. And when we set the fireflies free, we're going to wiggle our fingers up into the air and around. And when the fireflies fly around in the tall grass, we're going to pinch our first two fingers together and let them fly all around in the tall grass. And when they flicker in the trees, we're going to open and shut our hands like this. So open, shut, to make them look like their light is flickering. Great. All right, and then the fireflies are going to go to sleep. Okay, so I'll sing it. You can try doing the hand motions with me, and then we'll sing it a second time together. Okay, so here we go. Get your hands ready and get ready to open up your jars and set your fireflies free. Here we go. I open up my firefly jar and I set my fireflies free. All right, pinch your fingers together. They fly all around in the tall, tall grass, and they flicker in the trees. Good job. And when they return from their merry, merry flight, they close their eyes and they say good night. All right, we're going to let them fly one more time. La, 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 la. All right, great job. Are you ready to try it with me? Okay, let's do it one more time. Get your jars ready. Okay, here we go. I open up my firefly jar and I set all my fireflies free. They fly all around in the tall, tall grass and they flicker in the trees. Good. And when they return from their merry, merry flight, they close their eyes and they say good night. La, 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 la. Great job, everyone. I hope you're feeling nice and calm after that song. I know I am. So next, Miss Ariel's going to share a story with you about fireflies. And I hope you enjoy her story and the rest of our lesson. And I'll see you again soon. Bye, friends.
Hello, VMFA friends. Welcome to our Creative Connections class, Fireflies and Stars. I'm so glad you've joined us today. Today we are going to be reading a book called Firefly Home by Jane Clark. Do Do you see the firefly on the cover? It's all about a poor little firefly who gets lost. I'm going to read it to you in just a minute, but before we get started, we need to click on our listening ears, click, 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 click. Put on our thinking caps, zoop, and zip our lips and put the key in our pocket. Okay, I hope you're ready. There is no place like home, and this special place is home for fireflies. Fireflies have bright lights inside them that shimmer and shine. Have you ever seen a firefly? Aren't they so magical? But wait, one little firefly is missing. Here she is all by herself. Her name is Florence. Can you say hello, Florence? Hello, Florence. Can you say it too? Poor Florence looks very sad. Do you think she is lost? She might be lost. Let's see if we can help her find her way home. Oh, where shall we start? Oh, look, there's a bright light peeping through the trees. Do you see that? Could that be home? What do you think? Let's turn the page and see. No, that's not home. What is it? Yes, it's just a moon. It's just the big bright moon above the sparkling sea. What about those flashes of light over there? Do you see them? Could that be home? Do you see the boats in the ocean? There's two. One, two. No, that's not home. It's just a lighthouse shining out to the boats bobbing on the water. Oh, wow, look at that boathouse. What colors do you see? Yes, red and white stripes. Now Florence has spotted a long line of moving lights. Could that be home? Do you see those lights? Yeah, any guesses what it could be? Let's turn the page and see. No, that's not home. It's just a train whizzing down the track. But the train's lights are so pretty that Florence wants to follow them. Can you say, "Fly faster, Florence," and flap your hands to show her how fast she should fly? Can you do it with me? Can you flap your wings and say, "Fly faster, Florence, fly faster"? Now you try. Fly faster, Florence. Good job. That was fast. And look where we are now. In the big city. And there are bright lights everywhere. Do you see all the bright lights? Are those fireflies? No, those aren't fireflies. They're windows. But is it home? Is it home? Is that where she lives? I don't think so. No, this isn't where fireflies live. These lights are too bright. And where's Florence? She's lost again. Can you point to her? Yes, there she is. Let's quickly turn the page to help her fly away. That's better. The park is lovely and calm. But poor Florence still looks very sad. She really wants to find her way home. Do you see anything in the sky that shines like a firefly? Do you see all the stars? Yeah. Perhaps we need to make a wish. Let's wish on a shooting star. There are lots of shooting stars here. Do you see them all through the sky? Close your eyes and wish very hard that Florence will find her way home. Can you close your eyes? Can you close your eyes with me? And can you wish for Florence to find her way home? Say, "I wish she can find her way home. I wish, I wish." Close your eyes. Wait, are they really shooting stars? No, they're fireflies. Oh, yay. They will know the way home. Trace the bright firefly trails with your fingers and say, "Fly, Florence, fly," to help her follow them. Here we go. Say, fly, Florence, fly. Fly, Florence, fly. Do you think she'll find her way home? All the way home. Your wish has come true. Florence is so happy to be home at last with all her firefly friends. Whisper night-night, Florence, and blow her a good night kiss. Say, good night, Florence, good night. Mwah. Can you do it too? Aw, she loved that. She says good night to you too. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story time, and I hope you enjoy your VMFA adventures and your art project, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining.
Hello friends, Miss Corinne here, and I'm really excited about sharing a song with you today. So I know that we've been talking about fireflies and stars today, so I'm going to show you a song about stars. Do you know any songs about stars? What's the song called that you know? What did you say? Did you say Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Yes, good guess. That is the song we're going to sing today. So I know that many of you guys probably know the words to this song, but I'm going to teach you the hand motions so that you can do the hand motions while I sing and play guitar. Okay? All right. So the first hand motions go like this. So you hold up your hands and open and close your hands like twinkling stars. So it goes, twinkle, twinkle, little star. And then you're going to hold out your hands like this and sway from side to side. How I wonder what you are. And then we're going to put our hands up high in the sky like stars way up high. Up above the world so high. And then we're going to put our fingers out like this, so kind of like L shapes. So you'll put the top two fingers together and then your thumbs together to make the shape of a diamond. So it goes, like a diamond in the sky. And then you'll twinkle your hands again. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. And then hands out. How I wonder what you are. Awesome. Okay, let's do it all together and sing along so that we can learn the song better all together. Okay, with the hand motions. All right, you ready? Okay. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yay, good job, you guys. Nice hand motions. Okay, I'm going to grab my guitar and then we can do it all together. So, while I sing, you guys can do the hand motions or watch or sing, or you can do it all at the same time. Okay? All right, let's get ready. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Wonderful job! That was some great hand motions and singing. Let's do it one more time to make sure we have it down. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you
Good job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, friends.
Today we are going to learn a lap bounce rhyme called 4 Little Stars. So if you have a young infant, it's best if they lie down in your lap like this, and this is a good one to do with your infant lying down because you can kind of talk over them and do some hand motions. But if they're a little bit older, they can also sit up like this. And we're going to have a part in this rhyme at the end of each verse where the shooting stars shoot off. So if you have a young infant, you can go, whoa, for the shooting star and kind of lift them up. But if you have an older infant and you want to, you can pick them up like a shooting star. Now, if your child's a little bit bigger, you can do this rhyme together and try and have them jump as high as they can when the stars shoot off. All right, let's get started. 4 little stars winking at me, 1 shot off, whoa! And then there were 3 little stars with nothing to do, 1 shot off, whoa! And then there were 2 little stars afraid of the sun, 1 shot off, whoa! And then there was one little star, alone is no fun, it shot off, whoa! And then there was none. Yay!
Hello friends! Today I'm going to show you how to make a sparkly star wall hanging. We're going to begin by making a shiny collage. So for your collage, you'll need a thin piece of cardboard. I just took the front of a cereal box for my cardboard, but you can use anything similar. You just want to make sure that your cardboard isn't too thick because you're going to be cutting shapes out of your collage to add to your wall hanging. You'll also need a piece of aluminum foil and a glue stick. So you're going to use your glue stick to glue your cardboard to your foil. So I'm going to put my glue on the side that has the picture on it. So you would take your glue stick and you would spread glue all over your piece of cardboard. Make sure you cover the whole thing, you get the corners and all of the edges. And once you've got that done, you can stick your cardboard right onto your piece of foil. Now if your foil is a little bit bigger than your cardboard, that's okay. You can just take your scissors and trim the extra foil off. But save your scraps because you can use those on your wall hanging, okay? Once you've glued and trimmed, you'll have something that looks like this. Now the foil side is going to be the base for your shiny collage. So next you'll look for things around your house that you can glue or stick to the foil to add colors and shapes and patterns to your collage. Now I found some things around my house, but again, you might have different things at your home. So you don't have to use the same things I use, but I found some colorful tissue paper that I glued on. I also had some shiny paper that I had cut up, and I found some wrapping paper that had gold spots on it. So any papers you have with patterns and colors will work for this project. Just remember again, you just don't want to glue anything too thick on because you are going to cut through this to make your shapes. Also something really fun is tape. You might have colored tape or tape with patterns on it. So I stuck some of this on my collage. If you have shiny stickers, those will work also. So once I glued and stuck everything to my foil, my collage turned out like this. Now does your collage have to look like mine? No, that's right. I always say that we're all different, so our art will look different too. So yours might look totally different than mine, and that's okay. So you could stop here and start cutting out shapes, or if you'd like, you can do one more thing. You can add some color and extra sparkle by painting your collage. I had some glitter glue, so I put a little glitter glue on my collage. So you could do that if you want. Now if you do add paint or glitter glue, remember that you have to give this time to dry before you cut out your shapes. But once it's dry, you can draw shapes on the back, or you can just cut out shapes, whichever way works. And I have lots of different shapes. I've got lots of stars, but I also have some other shapes. So you can decide what shapes you want for your wall hanging. And I'm going to encourage grown-ups to let children who are able to use scissors safely to cut their own shapes out. Remember, the shapes don't have to be perfect. Stars can have curves in them too, but let your child decide what shapes he or she would like to include in their wall hanging. Once you've got your shapes cut out, you're going to use a hole punch, and you're going to punch a hole at the top and bottom of your shape so you can string it onto your wall hanging. And then I'll show you some other things that you can add with your shapes. But before you do that, you'll need to find either a stick or a wooden dowel and tie pieces of yarn or thread to your stick. Now I've tied 3 pieces, but you might only want 1 or 2 or more than 3. So it's up to you how many pieces you have on your wall hanging, okay? So some of the things that I found to add were cardboard tubes. I cut a piece of a tube and punched holes in it, so you can use this to add shape to your collage. I also use lots of beads. I have some plastic beads. I also have wooden beads. Whatever you have around your house, you can use. Another way to make your own beads is to take straws and cut them into straw beads. Something I didn't use, but that's also fun, pieces of uncooked pasta are fun to string on to your wall hanging. And then I also used some fuzzy pom-poms to give some fuzzy texture and shape and color to my wall hanging. So a trick for young children to help them string the pom-poms on, I just took some pieces of straw and a hot glue gun, and I hot glued the pom-poms to the straw. And this is something for a grown-up to do, but it only takes a few seconds to make some of these pom-pom beads for young children to use. And again, it adds some fun texture to your wall hanging. So you could try that. Other things are pipe cleaners. They are also fuzzy and can be sparkly, so if you have pipe cleaners, you can use those. I have twisted them around the yarn or taken them and scrunched them together, pinched them with my fingers to make them stick to the yarn, so you could do that. And then also, I mentioned stickers earlier. I've taken 2 of our adhesive back foam shape stickers that we like to use in our class, and I have sandwiched the piece of string in between them. So if you take the 2 sticky sides and stick them together around your string, you can add shapes that way. And then the last thing that I added was a piece of a swim noodle. You can take a swim noodle, and a grown-up can use a kitchen knife to just kind of slice a piece off the end of the swim noodle. I've taken a pencil to poke holes through it, and then you can add this to your wall hanging, and that also gives it some extra cool texture and shape, okay? So there's lots of things you can use. The other thing I said was that you could save your aluminum foil scraps. So I've taken half of one of these. You can just rip this in half or cut it in half. And if you take these and you put them around your string and then squeeze and scrunch them into a tight ball, they'll hold onto your string. So 2 things, these add some extra sparkle, but also you can use these kind of as stoppers to space things out on your piece of string. So if you don't want to have to fill up your whole piece of string with beads and other things, you can add these, and you can see that they're really tight, so whatever's above them, it gets held up, and then you can have some space if you want to space things out. So wherever you want to kind of hold something, you can put a piece of the foil ball and squeeze it, and that will hold whatever is above it in place, okay? I want to mention too, for caregivers of infants, that just the experience of finger painting on the reflective surface of aluminum foil is really a good experience for infants. So if you'd like to try that out, you can make your own homemade paint using this recipe. This is a safe paint that we like to use in our infant classes. So just let your infant finger paint on the reflective surface of the foil, and that will be a lot of fun just on its own. One last thing, after you have everything tied onto your pieces of yarn, don't forget to add 1 more piece at the top to make a hanger, so you can hang your wall hanging up and you can see all of your sparkly creations. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have fun making this project, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, friends.
Hasui was an artist who was well known for creating beautifully detailed woodblock prints of the landscape of his hometown country, Japan. When I say print, do you know what I mean? Have you ever used a stamp before? I bet you have. So, a stamp, there is a picture, and it is created, here we go, by ridges that stand up to create the design, like you see on my tiger here. And when you take your stamp and you press it in an ink pad, the ink sticks to these ridges, and then when you take the stamp from the pad and put it on your paper, or maybe even your hand, the ink transfers from the ridges to your paper. So, Hasui loved to travel through Japan. He would create drawings on paper, or sometimes he would do watercolor paintings of what he saw, and then he would turn them into prints using the wood and carving away lines. What kinds of landscapes do you think he could print? What kind of places have you been to outside? Did anyone say pictures with water in them? Or maybe houses? Or trees? Or maybe mountains? Or maybe fields with flowers and vegetables in them? There are so many possibilities. Hasui would also create prints of the different seasons of the year. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. And he also liked to create prints that showed different times of the day. So when you first wake up early in the morning and the sun is rising in the sky, or at noon when the sun is overhead, or even in the evening when the sun is setting and the sky is full of beautiful colors. And then also at nighttime. And what would you see in the sky then? Maybe some stars, or the moon, maybe even some clouds. So the print that we are looking at is called Beautiful Night of Moon and Stars, Miyajima. Let's check out the print to see what time of day it is. Looking at Beautiful Night of Moon and Stars, Miyajima, by Kawase Hasui. What do you notice? What time of day is it? How can you tell? Did anyone say that they noticed the color of the sky? That it was darker? Oh, and there are stars in the sky. Yes, so this tells us what? That it is nighttime, you're right. Did anyone notice that there is another light in the picture? Yes, I see the lantern also. The lantern is down at the bottom of the print, sitting in the sand. Did anyone notice what the lantern is in front of? Did you say water? Do you notice the structure in the water? Or maybe you noticed both. The structure you see is called a torii, and it is seen in front of shrines in Japan. A shrine is a building considered to be special or holy. Did you notice the torii's reflection in the water? Have you seen your reflection in the water before? Or maybe in a mirror? Now, also, I see something behind the torii. Something that is actually really large in real life, but it looks smaller on the page. It touches the sky and it touches the water. Does anyone know what that is? Yes, a mountain. Now, if you follow the mountain along the skyline, where it touches the torii, you may notice that something else comes winding out in front of the torii and also up above and covers the sky at the top of the page. You might also see
A star twinkling out between the branches and the needles or the leaves. What is that? Yes, it's a tree with branches and leaves. But where is the trunk? We don't see it, do we? Because it is somewhere outside of the page. Now, if you go back down to the bottom of the page where the lantern is sitting in the sand, you will see a shape in the corner. Do you see it? It's a circle. What color is it? It's a circle that is red. Now that is the artist's signature, where he stamped his name. Do you notice anything else? Maybe the colors in the print. What are the colors of the water? What are the colors of the Tory? What about the lantern? And the leaves of the tree? What about the stars?
Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us today for our virtual adventure with teachers from the VMFA. I hope that you enjoyed learning something new with your family and loved ones, and maybe even in your classroom. So to end our class today, we are going to be singing our goodbye song together. And if you know our goodbye song, you might know that we like to raise our hands and wiggle our fingers. Can you try doing that with me? Wiggling your fingers. All right, you ready to sing with me? Wonderful. Let's get ready to go. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Now it's time to say goodbye. Give a smile and a high five. Now it's time to say goodbye to our friends. Bye, friends. See you next time.